Melissa?
Yes? What is it, Cindy?
To be honest, it's actually really hard for me to say this to you, but, I don't even have enough money to support myself.
Our team is committed to providing you with the best possible service. So please let us know if there's anything we can do to improve.
I'm really, really sorry, but can I stop with giving you the financial support?
Financial support?
I live on the pension, and I can't afford to give you any financial support.
What do you mean by giving me the FI support?
My name is Melissa, and I'm 30 years old, currently working in a company. I met my husband, Caleb, through an S party, and we just got married a year ago. My husband is a kind and funny man. He can get little carried away, son. And the reason I decided to marry Mai is that because he is very family,
I want to make sure to look after and reassure my mum. She's getting old, and I'm worried, I want to take care of her as much.
When we were dating, I heard him talk about his mother in such glowing terms. Later, I met my mother-in-law, Cindy, for the first time to inform her about our engagement, and she was a very nice person.
Oh, Melissa, thank you so much for choosing Caleb as your husband and for being such a wonderful wife to him. You're such a lovely and nice girl. You're too good to be with Caleb.
Even after Caleb and I got married, she never changed her attitude towards me and continued to treat me kindly.
I know it must be hard to do all the chores while working. Melissa, you can always count on me.
Thank you very much, Cindy.
You often hear a lot of talk on TV shows about issues between wives and mothers-in-law. But that's not the case with Cindy and me. And I can honestly say that we have never had any problems at all. Rather, she takes care of me like her own real daughter. But a little while after we got married, there was something that bothered me a little. It was not about Cindy, but it was husband.
I'm exhausted today, so let's go and have dinner.
What's on the menu for tonight?
So I'm saying that I'm exhausted from and don't want to do anything, so I'm at my mom.
But won't that be a hassle for Cindy to suddenly lose their starting queue without any prior notice?
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about that. Mum must be lonely too. So it's only fair that we go over there and have dinner together.
Cindy had lost her husband. 3 years now, she lives alone in their house. Her house is a bit too large for her to live alone, and she could use some company. But isn't it too rude to just visit out of the blue without saying anything? If it were just my husband, it would be enough, but even I would be intruded upon. And if we were going to have dinner with Cindy, she would need to make some preparations. How can my husband even think that it's normal to think that we can go over to Cindy's without any prior notice?
Even if we go, we should at least to let her know.
What? We don't really have to do that now? We're just going back to my parent.
To you, it may be that, but to me, like I'm intruding, we have to at least be mindful to have manners.
When I persisted, my husband said, while looking really lazy, he picked up the phone and called Cindy.
Mom said we could go.
Are you really sure? I really hope she's not just saying,
Come on, Mom says it's okay. So what? I think you're worrying too much for...
There was no point in wasting any mo arguing with Caleb, so we headed to house anyway.
Welcome back, you two. Thank you for coming all the way to do.
My mother-in-law greeted us with a huge, gentle smile, despite our sudden visit.
Well, then hurry up and do come in. I just got it ready now, so please, before the meal gets cold.
Huh? You cooked that much?
Cindy had made several dishes for us and served them to us.
When I heard that you two were both CC, got really enthusiastic,
See, I told you. Mum is really happy that we both can today.
Even if that's true, it's still too much for Caleb to say that in front of. My husband opened a beer without any hesitation, drank it down, and ate had cooked.
You're welcome, John.
No, please do eat a lot. How do you like it?
Oh, it's very delicious. How did you make it?
Oh, I'm so happy then. Next time, I'll teach you how to cook.
Yay, thank you so much.
Because Cindy was always kind, both I were able to have dinner that day peaceful way. But a few days later, my husband S suggested that we should go back to the house for dinner.
We went there just the other day. So that's just too much. It'll be a hassle.
No, it's fine. I've already called her about it in this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I called Mum yesterday.
Oh, so you were already planning to cooking today too?
Oh, don't say it like that, honey. I did do my part in preparing the meal, haven't I?
No. Cindy is the one who is preparing the meal. So practically you didn't do anything.
So, I'm the one who asked my mom to us today, right? So that means that even though I'm not a professional chef, making sure that the meal is ready is still part of my responsibility, right?
I don't know what the hell Caleb was about. Even though Caleb was saying something nonsensical, since Cindy had already prepared the meal, I had no choice but to go with him.
Cindy, I'm sorry for disturbing you again when we just came the other day.
Oh, what are you talking about? I told you that you could count on me, didn't I? If you're in trouble, don't hesitate me anything, okay?
Well, it's not like we're really in any trouble. It's just that my husband is so lazy when it comes to cooking and doing house chores, and why he's only relying on Cindy for meals. Thinking like that, I felt very sorry for Cindy. Since then, I always went to Cindy's place to ask her to cook. For us, on the days when my husband was not in the mood for cooking. Despite that, Cindy always greeted Smile and cooked us delicious home meals. But I felt awful asking Cindy out without us doing anything together first, and that's pretty uncool for adults and all. So I made a suggestion to my husband.
Hey, I'm not going to tell you to sew into Cindy's, but I think we should thank her for cooking meals for us.
Like what?
I think we should give Cindy some financial support for food since she's taken us so much.
I don't think Mom really cares much that though.
No, but I still feel bad.
If I give the money directly to Cindy, I'm sure she will. Be too careful not to accept it because she is such a responsible person. So I thought it would be better to hear from my husband, who is her son-in-law. My husband's eyes widened in surprise. Well, he said, if you insist, I'll take responsibility for giving it to Mom. I was relieved that I could now repay a little in this way. After that, we continued to eat dinner at Cindy's house and my husband. Would we're eating at Mom's place like it was a normal thing now? We had dinner at Cindy's house about a week, and before I knew it, 3 months passed. Of course, I felt a little bad, but I also gave Cindy some firm support. Maybe I was thinking in the wrong way. Then I learned about a shocking fact. It was after dinner one day at Chinatown that I met a man who had been in the Philippines.
Phew, I ate very well.
Saying that my husband had finished and was relaxing on the sofa watching TV. I was washing dishes and cleaning up Cindy. Then Cindy started talking to me, awkward look on her face.
I don't even have enough money to support myself.
Our team is committed to providing you with the best possible service. We are always available to answer any questions or concerns you may have about our products or services.
So, I'm really, really sorry, but I can't give you any more financial support.
Huh? Financial support?
I live on a pension and I cannot afford to help you financially. Well, like I cook your meals regularly and how I'm giving financial support regularly.
What?
I understand that you and Caleb are in trouble, but as you can imagine, I feel a little desperate to.
Hey, wait a minute. I don't know anything about you giving financial support.
What?
Besides, I am giving you financial every month, aren't I? I felt bad about you having to take us so many times, cooking us such amazing food. So I gave Caleb some money to give Cindy for all her hard work.
I haven't received anything from.
What is the best way to get rid of a cold sore?
Then both Cindy and I had realized something. There is only one person who could that. I had never been so angry in my life. Then I immediately went over to Cale lying on the sofa.
Hey, Caleb, what is the meaning of this?
What? What is it?
My husband seemed to be drunk and he was giggling all over.
What's wrong with you? Shouting at that? Did you have an argument with Mom?
I grabbed my husband, who was lying his chest, and woke him up.
Whoa, what is it with you all of a pseudo?
We've been getting financial support from Cindy.
What is the best way to get rid of a cold sore?
And where did you put the money I asked to give to Cindy?
Well, that's a good question.
My husband is just clamming up, but I think he has something to be guilty of.
Just let go of me for now. I feel like I'm going to throw up if you shake me too much.
So I let go of his chest.
Coughs.
Can you please explain what exactly is?
About what?
Are you trying to act dumb at this?
Cindy's patience seemed to be wearing thin, and she started asking Caleb questions.
You told me that you were both in trouble. I gave you money and even fed you multiple times.
Hey, what the hell? What's wrong with you, even your mom?
We have every right to be mad at you. You've been deceiving Cindy and me,
That's a terrible way to say that.
Then where did our money go to?
Hey, let's just stop talking about it. We've just had Mom's delicious food. You're spoiling the good mood.
And whose fault is it?
My husband couldn't say anything back and went silent.
You're not going to tell me how you money, are you? All right, fine. Then I have an idea too.
Caleb looked at me as though he was asking what my idea was. I called my sister-in-law, Leela. Lila is very protective of me and of me really well. And my husband is weak towards Lila. Lila is a strong-willed, independent woman who, when her husband, who is a good guy, gets carried away, is sure to set things straight for Kaylee. When I called Lila and explained the situation quickly, she said she would come soon. When my husband found out that Lila coming over, his face turned really. Lila lives about a 10-minute drive from Cindy's house, so she came over.
What the hell did you do? What did you do with Mom and Melissa's money?
Tea. That's a great idea.
My husband stubbornly refused to tea. After Lila arrived,
This is going to be a long battle. Melissa, you can go home for today.
Gun.
Tea. Thank you very much.
so I took Lila's word for it and went home first. The next day, when I went to work, I received a message from Lila.
Caleb finally came clean. He's a terrible bastard. Can you come over to Mom's house again tomorrow?
What did Caleb do to make Mick describe him like that? So I went to Cindy's house after what? My husband and Lila was already there.
Oh, Melissa, I'm sorry to make you come over again.
It's okay.
My husband was made to sit on the floor. His face was turning pale by the mirror.
Well then, Caleb, why don't you tell Melissa properly about the truth?
I stood right in front of my husband to listen. He was looking down at himself really awkwardly.
I can't really understand you if you keep looking down. Please explain to me what's going on.
I'm so sorry. It was just a spur of the moment kind of thing.
What was?
Well, I had an affair with another woman.
What?
I'm really sorry.
So you were cheating on me behind my...
I guess that's why they call it work.
You're such a bastard.
I'm really sorry.
And what did you use the money on which and I gave you? Answer me properly.
For the trip, dates, and the details of the event.
What? A trip? How did you even have the time to do all of this? Oh, I see. Don't tell me that you're talking about business trips that you've been on frequently.
My husband then nods awkwardly.
Wow! I can't believe this. I can't believe that you lied about and went on a trip with a woman to...
I'm really, really sorry. It won't happen again, so please, for...
Oh, there's no way I can forgive you. We're getting a divorce? A divorce?
No way. You can't just divorce me. It was a one-time mistake.
Then, before I could get mad at Kale, what he said, Leela and Cindy snapper.
That's enough, Caleb. What you did is absolutely unforgettable.
Yeah, that's right. And what do you mean? It was just a mistake. When you've been on numerous trips, seen her secretly many times, divorce is a must. A wonderful person like Melissa should not be pushed around by such a lousy brother like you. Caleb, you will definitely pay alimony for affair and the money you stole from Melissa.
Oh, no.
Then Lila took out the official divorce document and handed it to me. She thought that I would need it, asked it for me at the city hall, as well number for a lawyer. I checked the documents and signed I needed to sign and gave it to Kale. My husband was reluctant, but Lila got angry with him again, so he said yes immediately. Thus like this, my divorce from Mai was finalized. Then through my lawyer, I demanded from Caleb and his mistress. Of course, I also claimed the money given to Caleb. I also heard that his mistress was married, and since her husband is demanding alimony from Caleb, he is huge debt. Currently, Caleb is living with Cindy, and both Lila and Cindy manage Kale's wallet, making sure that he doesn't waste his money and that it is always used wisely. Because of this, Caleb only gets 10 every day to go to work, and after he spends money on his lunch and so on, he has no money left. So he can't even go to bars and afford luxury, and he has no choice but to. Caleb deserved what he got, and it's all surprising that he now had to pay back the money he had used when it wasn't his money. Caleb is just a low-life scumbag, hay affair based off on other people's. On the other hand, I live in an apartment, and I'm living comfortably on my own. By the way, I still keep in touch with W and Lila. And the three of us sometimes go out to dinner together. My ex-husband is a low-life scumbag, but the only thing I am grateful to him for is that he gave me the opportunity to meet Cindy. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in our next video.